Part 3. Why Competency-Based Education? Hello, welcome to Part 3. In this topic, we will be exploring why competency-based education is important and needed, and benefits of competency-based education for students and teachers. Educationists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial and moral leadership among students and become their role model. Let us start with looking at some of the gaps in our traditional education system. Traditional system of education does not incorporate development of all students in an equitable manner. Students underperforming academically in relation to their peers are not given flexibility in learning as per their level of preparedness. Rather, one-size-fits-all approach is followed for all the students. Students are supposed to be present in the classroom for a fixed period of time and they are promoted to the next grade before they have mastered each stage of learning. Further, it is limited in its approach as it does not instill competencies in students which are needed in the real world. In a nutshell, traditional education is a generalized system which limits a holistic development of students' ability and does not prepare them for career and life roles. Let's understand the reasons schools are turning to competency-based teaching and learning and why educationists and policy makers support it. There are 5 main reasons that explain the need for competency-based education. These are lifelong learning, empowered and inclusive culture of learning, timely and differentiated instruction and support, pedagogical principles aligned to meet the needs and goals of students, and transparency with clear and explicit expectations. Let's study these reasons briefly. Competency-based education supports lifelong learning by focusing on both academic knowledge as well as transferable skills. It ensures that students become problem solvers, independent learners, and successful in new contexts. Finally, it focuses on student agency, which means that students are free to choose their learning pace and act as independent and self-regulating learners. Competency-based schools create cultures that emphasize growth, inclusion, and empowerment for students and educators. It aims to foster growth mindset in students so that they take ownership of their learning. Educators are also empowered and given flexibility to make decisions in the best interests of students. Equity lies at the heart of competency education to ensure that all students grow and benefit, not just some. The competency-based systems offer timely instructions and support to students. Support in CBE is not a reactive measure which is provided when a student fails. Rather, it is offered proactively throughout the learning. More emphasis on the process than end result. Remedial learning opportunities, formative assessments, and effective feedback are offered regularly so that students continue to learn and build knowledge and skills. The pedagogical principles of CBE are aligned to meet actual learning needs and goals of students. Educators do not sort and teach students based on their age or grade, but they begin with meeting students where they are and what are their learning needs. This means that learning tasks are designed based on students' academic foundations. The support systems offered to help students learn and achieve their goals are determined after due diligence of students' social, emotional, and cognitive development. CBE systems value transparency by laying down clear and explicit expectations from teachers and students. Students know exactly what is to be learned, the level of performance they need to demonstrate for mastery, and how they are progressing throughout a course. Research shows students feel motivated and enthusiastic when learning targets are clear to them. They feel empowered when they have a say in how they learn and demonstrate proficiency. These are the 5 main reasons that advocate the need for competency-based education. What is unique about CBE is that it focuses on what students learn and not on the time spent in the classroom completing syllabus. Let us now examine the key benefits of CBE for students and teachers. CBE is a student-centered approach that makes students competent by focusing on the areas where they need to be improved. It gives flexibility to students to work at their own pace until they achieve mastery. CBE provides enough time to learners to attain proficiency. Teachers provide timely support and feedback to students during the process of building knowledge and skills. Teachers provide one-to-one learning and support to students based on their needs and interests. The grading system in CBE systems is transparent, and students are always clear on their learning objective on its outcome. Let us now summarize the points that we have covered on this topic. In this topic, we talked about the needs and benefits of competency-based education. We studied that competency-based education supports lifelong learning by focusing on both academic knowledge as well as transferable skills. It creates cultures that emphasize on growth, inclusion, and empowerment of students. It offers instructions and support to students at the right time and in the right manner. The pedagogical principles in CBE are aligned to meet the actual learning needs and goals of students. And it values transparency with clear and explicit expectations from teachers and students. Great! You have completed the topic of why competency-based education. This completes Module 1. In the next module, we will be talking about quality principles for competency-based education. Till then, goodbye.